to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have my TBR for the Throwbackathon. This is a readathon that is being run by the Black Prose Club. And I found out about this by watching She Reads on her announcement video, and it just sounded like so much fun and so needed right now. I feel like a lot of us have been a little bit on edge with everything going on this year. Like, so much has happened. Like, in the Northeast, we had Triple E, and then we had the pandemic, and then we had these murder bees, and now, like, we're fighting for the Black Lives Matter movement, and just, it's a lot. And I feel like sometimes we just need to take a step back and just have a little fun, which is basically why they decided to still have the Throwbackathon during June, because just so many people are being so overwhelmed with everything going on that this is just going to be something fun. So like I said, it's taking place between, I don't know if I said it right, it's taking place between June 15th and June 21st, and all of the themes are cartoons from the 90s. So basically the Saturday cartoons. So they sounded like such fun prompts that I needed to participate. And there's 5 of them. And then they're also going to be having 7 daily Instagram challenges. So definitely, I'll link She Reads' original video down below. So you should definitely go check her out. I'm looking down a lot because I have the prompts ready to go. The first prompt is for Batman and Beyond, and it's read a book where the character has a secret identity or is hiding something major. So for this one, I actually have like 2 or 3 in my stack that I feel like could benefit from this challenge. But I picked out Woven in Moonlight by Cia's. Oh no, Cia's. This is C's. C's the Night, and I read it Cia's. Isabel Ibanez. I haven't taken Spanish in a really long time. I apologize. I'm not trying to butcher that name at all. I should have looked it up before I filmed this video. But this one is following a woman who is a decoy, and she's a stand-in for the last remaining Illustrian Royal. So this one sounded really, really good. I love the cover. I haven't really looked too much into actually what it's about, but I've seen so many phenomenal reviews for this one that I felt like I couldn't not love this one. And it's got a person in disguise, like Batman. So this one sounded really fun. And guys, look how gorgeous this cover is. And the sequel was just announced. I cannot wait to read this one. So I think that's why it's going to jump my TBR a bit. If you haven't even noticed, I haven't even hauled this one yet, but hopefully I'll be reading that one. Then we've got Recess, which I loved. Like, I remember going to the movie theater to see Recess, the movie. Love Recess. And it's read a book surrounding a group of friends. And we've got Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. And I thought this one could have actually worked for having a secret or friend group. So interchangeable a little bit. And this one is about a group of friends, and their friend dies, and he was a musician, and they want his music to be heard. So they're kind of pretending like their friend is alive to get his music noticed, but they're keeping the secret because he's dead. So they don't want people to know that he's dead. So it's got a secret, but it's also about a friend group. So this one sounds phenomenal. Then we've got Rocko's Modern Life, which was another one of my favorites as a kid. It was like the silliest show, but I loved it. And it makes sense then that the prompt is to read a guilty pleasure read. And I feel like this can be basically anything. Anything is fair game with this one. And I picked When I Want to Be Where You Are by Christina Forrest. And I'm picking this one because this one has to do with a girl who wants to be a ballerina. And for some reason, ballerina stories are like my guilty pleasure. Love stories about ballerinas. So thought this one would make a good one. I believe the woman, the girl, her mom doesn't want her to be a ballerina, but she decides that she's going to hatch a plan to drive to the audition anyways, and obviously there's chaos that always has to do with that, so this one sounded like fun. Guilty pleasure read right there. And then we've got Gargoyles, which is another, I just liked all of these shows. Read a book based on an ancient myth, mythology, or history, which kind of can work with Woman in Moonlight because it has to do with some folklore, I believe, or at least the culture, so it's based off of something in history. But I thought there's a chance, I don't know, I may be able to fit Circe in this month, and that is by Madeline Miller. And this is obviously about mythology because it's about Circe. I don't know much more than that about it, but I know, like, she, I believe, can, like, make other people transfigure into things. I'm not 100% sure about it, but it was Book of the Year back in 2018. I know a lot of people love it, so I am still really interested in getting to this one, possibly this month. I'm not sure. And then the last one is Doug, which out of all the shows, Doug was probably my absolute favorite as a kid. And this one is to read a coming-of-age story. And this is kind of difficult because I don't read a ton of YA. I mean, I have 3 in the stack, but I typically don't read a ton of YA just because I am out of that age range. So I wasn't sure what to pick for coming of age. I wasn't sure what counts for coming of age. This could totally not count for coming of age, but I figured it might still count. And that is With Fire and High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I've wanted to read this since it came out and since I've seen this gorgeous cover. But I haven't, for no real reason. I just haven't bought it until now. And I hate that I've put it off this long. But this one is about a girl, and I believe that she gets pregnant at a really young age, but she wants to be a chef and take care of her daughter. So I'm assuming it's kind of a coming into her own, which kind of makes me think coming of age, because she's kind of really like figuring out who she is as a person and what she wants and how she's going to get it. So I'm going to think that this is coming of age. If it's not, please let me know down below. But I've heard amazing things about Elizabeth Acevedo. I've heard Poet X is phenomenal. And most of the time I think her books typically are written in verse. I think Clap When You Land is also written in verse, but this one is written like a regular narrative. So I'm hoping that I'll like this one because me and poetry don't get along because I don't understand it. But I'm hoping that this one will be phenomenal because it's beautiful and I've heard amazing things. But I've also heard some people not like it, so we'll see what I end up thinking about it. But that is what I'm hoping to read for this readathon. Let me know if you're going to participate in this readathon because it just sounds like so much fun. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody.